Everybody that's coming's here. Okay, at this time, Kenny, we'll go and call the meeting, the Madison County Fiscal Court to order.
Master King.
Here.
Master Barger.
Here.
Master Hughes.
Here.
Master Combs. Judge Clark.
Here. You all have had a chance to look at the minutes of the last meeting. If there are no questions, motion will be in order to approve them.
So move.
Second.
Master King.
Yes.
Master Barger.
Yes.
Master Hughes.
Yes.
Judge Clark.
Yes. Next would be the treasurer's report, and I think Glenna's got one for us today, and you all have copies of it in front of you.
And I actually did not get it put onto your iPads, but it will be next time. So you got hard copies still today. As of September 30th, 2013, our total fund balance was $6,766,527.07. The total fund balance as of 10/31/2013 is $6,105,994.67. We're 4 months into the fiscal year. Well, now we're almost 5 months, but these numbers are as of the end of our 4th month. General fund revenues are at 44.9%, and our expenditures are at 22.2%. Our road fund revenues are at 53.9%. and our expenditures are at 23.5%. Our jail fund revenues are at 34.4%, and our expenditures are at 34.1%. Revenues for CSEP is 13.9%, and our expenditures are at 11.8%. And our revenues for 911 fund is at 38.1%, and our expenditures are at 31.1%. Does anybody have any questions?
No questions? Thank you, Glenna. We appreciate it. Going to order of business. First is first reading of ordinance 1309, and this is to amend the Madison County subdivision regulations. Is Dwayne here? He's not here. We'll go over this quick. It's just something that we're doing. Is the Madison County Planning Commission conducted a public hearing on November 19th, and they recommended the fiscal court to amend section 316. That's construction guarantees of the Madison County subdivision regulations as follows. And the bottom line is we're doing letters of credit. We haven't updated that in a long time. And I think this kind of deals with going to require on future development upping that letter of credit a little bit. Leroy's working with them to get some new prices. This day and time, and we're having some few problems with a few subdivisions, and there's not enough money in their letter credits to really do the project. So right. We're looking at construction guarantees, completion of improvements, performance bonds, encroachment bonds. We're just improving that to bring it up to date and get it where the county's covered in case of any kind of failure on behalf of the developer.
You know, Jason Hart, I heard him speak last night with the city of Richmond. They got the same thing. They've got, developments that's been going for 10 years, and the letter of credits won't come close to covering the cost of putting that last bit of blacktop on. So it's a...
We're really in pretty good shape. We've got one or two, but I feel like that those individuals will make it right anyway. But we just need to go on and address this, and from now on, make sure that the county's covered under any circumstances.
Well, we also talked about doing something about putting that final coat on instead of waiting until 75% of the lots was full. With that. We talked about doing that because if the road's built right, it should be okay.
It's supposed to be in this ordinance that way that we.
I was reading it. I didn't understand it that way when I read the ordinance.
I called Dwayne. He said it's all implemented in it, so they would have.
I know it was recommended because we asked him to recommend it to the Planning Commission, and they included that. But
that might be in the specifications, but it's not. Yeah. To me, it wasn't real clear in this particular ordinance.
But that way, they don't have to put up such a letter of credit and hold it forever, and we've got a good road, and there's way less chance to tear it up if you've got your 3 inches down. If it's put into specs with a 10 inches rock compaction test and your 2 inches of base and an inch of surface, then the road's going to be there for 15, 20 years anyway. So I think it's a good idea, and that was a recommendation of Dwayne to the Planning Commission. So other than that, first reading on the recommendation of the Madison County Planning Commission to approve ordinance 1309 dealing with the subdivision regulations.
So move.
Second.
King,
Yes.
Master Barger,
Yes.
Master Hughes.
Yes.
Judge Clark.
Yes. Next is solid waste personnel. Scott?
Good morning, everyone. I would like to make a recommendation to the fiscal court that we hire Joshua Mink, full-time CDL driver and laborer for our department.
Josh has been with you for a while.
He started out part-time with us in April and has achieved his CDLB classification driver's license and is doing real well.
Does good. Good job.
Yes.
Shows up on time.
Yes, sir.
Good job.
Make a motion.
Second.
Master King,
Yes.
Master Barger.
Yes.
Master Hughes.
Yes.
Judge Clark.
Yes.
Thank you.
CSEP personnel. Carl?
I'd like the court's approval to hire Terry Holman as the replacement for Dwayne Brumley, who left us to go back to the city of Berea as the Director of Streets and Roads. It's his current position. Terry Holman was the only person we interviewed. We only had 3 applicants. One person out of Washington, D.C., who makes more than probably anybody sitting in this room, so we didn't bother to interview her. And then one person that has no experience whatsoever out of Estill County that at one point worked for Leroy for a little short, like 2 months, so I'm guessing that didn't go so well, and now sells insurance. So we decided not to interview him either after we talked to him on the phone. So we only interviewed Terry, but Terry had a lot of the things we were looking for. Taking classes on his own to be qualified in ICS classes, Incident Command System. He is a ham radio operator and one of the proctors that qualifies people to get their ham license through the FCC. He was recommended by Dwayne Brumley and Glenn Foley. So the previous 2 commo officers we had in CSEP both know this guy and have known him for a long time and both recommended him. So we had 4 people interview him, and he scored very well by all 4. So.
Any questions?
Make a motion that we hire Terry Holman.
Second.
Master King,
Yes.
Master Barger.
Yes.
Master Hughes.
Yes.
Judge Clark.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Carl.
you.
Road Department. Leroy? You trying to keep us full stop?
It's hard to answer. I've got 2 recommending the court to hire today: Henry Reed, the truck driver, and Jerry Dixon's truck driver and masonry.
So move.
Second.
Master King,
Yes.
Master Barger.
Yes.
Master Hughes.
Yes.
Judge Clark.
Yes.
Thank
Leroy, we got all the equipment ready.
We're ready.
I did a radio interview yesterday and told them bring it on.
Yeah, we're ready and got plenty of salt. I don't know how long it lasts.
Thank you all. Next is Judge's Report. We've got a few things. First off, on behalf of the court, we'd like to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Chamber Awards Banquet's going to be December 10th at 6 o'clock, dinner at 7. That's at King Johnson. That's always a huge event, and it's pretty much full. The Berea Chambers Awards Banquet is December 5th, and like everybody to come there, tickets are still available for that. The Richmond Parade, we're going to have the tree lighting at 6 o'clock here at the courthouse, and we always get a good crowd for that. I'd like to invite everybody to come out to that, and then the parade will follow at 7 o'clock. And then on Saturday night, we have the Berea Parade, which kicks off, I think, about 7 o'clock, and it's always huge. We the biggest crowds of any local parade you'll ever see are in Berea. So got a lot going on, and like to ask everybody to participate, come out, and be part of your city and county governments. We appreciate that. That's all I've got in the judge's report. We'll go to department heads. Do we have anything today from anybody?
I've got something nobody else does.
Kenny?
We, this should be coming up on the screen. We are wrapping up the precinct descriptions. Been working on it since 2011 with all the back and forth with Frankfurt. After this change today, if you guys approve this change, we'll be sending up all our packets. We've been able to reduce the number of precincts by 10.
10, that's good.
So it'd be a,
Is that right?
yeah, we'll be able to have more equipment where we need it and have more people where we need them and still save money. So it's going to be should be a smoother election. We'll see in May, but we've got plans to shuffle some people around and equipment around, make the lines move a little smoother.
That's great. Couldn't come at a better time, either.
Big election coming up. On the ordinance that you all approved after the reapportionment board met, we made a change here. This is, that's Catappa Loop that runs down and Irvin Road kind of parallel to it where they split there right around Lake Reba. The ordinance reads, move the boundary line on Catappa Loop from Reba Drive, moving westerly to Irvin Road. And this will move land from District 4, represented by Magistrate Greg King, to District 3, represented by Billy Ray Hughes. See attached Catappa Loop map. The ordinance should read Concord Road, not Reba Drive. If we move it from, you can see Reba Drive is kind of in the middle of what I've been told is lavender.
You colorblind, are you?
Yes, sir. I had to ask Roger again this morning which color these were. If we move it from Reba Drive westerly, you see you got all those streets on the right-hand side of Reba Drive are still going to be in your district. It's going to leave one little rectangle. It's going to totally do away with the whole, we were trying to do away with this jigsaw. So I just wanted to let y'all know that's what we're planning on doing. It doesn't change anything with the numbers, nothing. It's the way, when Colleen was writing these up, I mean, she spent about 3 weeks staring at a computer and following lines on a map, and this is one of the only mistakes she made, so.
Do we need to think about amending that ordinance?
The ordinance doesn't need to be amended, as long as it's understood here, and this along with some other changes. We've talked with LRC, we've talked with KCO. This is kind of how it's going throughout the state, these small, this is a, wording correction.
So you do it just by resolution then, or
Yep.
by order?
Yeah, we can do it by resolution. But I wanted to get y'all's approval. We'll go ahead and send the map up. If we need to come back next court meeting to approve a resolution, we can do that then, but we'll go ahead and send these maps on.
Why don't you get with Francis, write up a resolution, we'll put it on the agenda, but I'm sure we're all, and then we'll vote on it, official vote, but go on and send your stuff out. I'm sure we're all fine with it.
All right, that's all I have.
Anybody else? Mike, anything going on?
No, just working on our budget right now, trying to get it ready for everybody.
Good deal. And we'll go to magistrates, Greg.
We had a good conference this past week in Louisville. You learn some things that, some things you can grasp and help you be a better leader, but glad I got to go do it. Also, I'd like to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, all of our employees, and appreciate them for all their hard work they do. And I'm sure some of them will get to work out between now and tomorrow night, but we do have a lot of good, dedicated employees that, sometimes while everybody else is sleeping, they out working, making sure the roads is clean and different things. So we ought to appreciate them and appreciate our law enforcement. This is they out working too, as everybody, and just appreciate that.
Roger?
I don't really have anything, Judge.
Well, while we were in Louisville last week, something happened here in Richmond and Frankfort. We got, Madison County got this Kentucky Work-Ready Community status, which is a pretty big deal. And I want to commend Mindy Goebel and the Chamber of Commerce that kind of led that effort. And it's fairly significant for employers looking to come to this area, that it's one sign that there are qualified people available in the workforce here now. We know there's not a lot of them because I'm in manufacturing, and Leroy knows how hard it is to find good people. It's hard to find good people, but it's certainly a step in the right direction. And they're not done yet, because right now, they're starting to teach these kids how to be more work ready when they do get out of school. So it's a good thing for our county, and I'm proud of them for what they've done.
They did an excellent job. She talked about it at the chamber luncheon on Friday, and I found, reading about it, that everybody goes through like a supplemental to get started on stuff, and Madison County was the first and only county of the ones that have qualified so far that went directly from the trial into being declared that.
Yeah.
So they did it better than anybody else, and there's about 20 more counties trying to do it right now. So that's something that's really special. It really is. They put a lot of work into it. Anything else? All you got? Comments from the audience? Ronnie Terrell's here with us today.
Judge, what's the county's policy on political signs? I know what it is, same as Berea. I mean, we copied your alls, but we've got some problems in our district over with political signs. And I asked Dwayne about 3 weeks ago to take care of them, and there's not anything going on.
Well, I talked to Dwayne, and I've also talked to some people, and Mark and I are going to have to sit down. Apparently, we've got several that have them mounted on trucks and putting them on barns and things. And Mark, I really didn't, we'll have to look at it and see, but I mean, our policy, bottom line is 30 days before and being done.
I don't understand. I'm just asking for a fair playing ground. That's all I'm asking for.
Let me talk to Dwayne again, and,
Okay.
and Mark and I'll
To be honest
talk.
with you, I've not pulled that ordinance for quite some time. I mean, I know, like you, the basic tenets of it, the particulars, what's the sign and what's not. We'll need to look at it.
You know, and we kind of looked if it was on private property, did we have the right to tell them they couldn't put it up?
Well, I know, but we require them to put them on private. I mean, if we put them on right away,
That's illegal.
I mean, so you know what I'm saying.
I
I'm
know
just asking
exactly
a
what you're saying.
fair playing ground.
I promise I'll have an answer by the next court meeting.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Ronnie. That's all we have. Motion to pay the claims and approve the transfers.
So moved.
Second.
Pastor King?
Yes.
Master Barger?
Yes.
Master Hughes?
Yes.
Judge Clark?
Yes. Thank everybody for coming in. We appreciate it. And a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
It's unanimous.